stopped.
Had some pretty serious anger issues when I was younger. This unmedicated, crazy kid with ADHD coming from a household 4 boys, and I said to him, I was like, mate, I'm gonna move to 7. Fuck that. I'm gonna be a 7. He laughed in my face. He's like, you're not gonna be a 7, mate. I literally said, fuck you. Watch me in 6 months. And I went to work, I was eating 6,000 calories a day, gymming twice a day. I remember walking down the hill, I hadn't seen Alex for a while, and they were like, who the fuck is that? Holy shit, it's Tizzano. I'm fucking stacked up. I'm absolutely stacked. He's like, oh. And I'll go, I'm 7 now. He goes, fuck, I could see.
What a lad, what a lad, what a lad, what an absolute lad.
Oh, what a lad. Well, one thing I haven't done enough on this podcast so far is heard from more of our great lads from over the ditch in Aussie, where there are plenty of champion lads, and today's guest is certainly one of those. He's been one of Australians' best this year in his breakout season, impressing with his huge engine and incredible tackle success rate. The 24-year-old's career started with the Western Force before moving to the Waratahs. He then went to the UK for an experience in the championship with the Ealing Trailfinders, and he is now back home with the Western Force while recently becoming a Wallabies sensation. By all accounts, he is a massive, massive lad and described by many as being mad as a cut snake. So I'm very much looking forward to this one with the great lad himself, Carlo Tizzano. Welcome, mate.
Thanks for having me, mate. I've been called to call you Jared, actually, so.
Yeah, oh, so you're a Jared as well.
Yeah, mate, no, thanks for having me. Yeah, I've been stoked for this one.
Oh, looking forward to it.
But your tune's been calling my head. Like, I've literally had that What a Lad tune in my head for like weeks, eh?
What a jingle it is.
No, it's unreal.
Mate, but as mad as a cut snake, a pretty fair summary of your behaviour.
Yeah, yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. It's definitely from the outside looking in, and then depends how comfortable I get with you. The boys over at Ealing definitely got the cut snake. What's that show, the Thornberries or something? They used to call me Donnie.
Wild Thornberries, is it?
yeah, that's it. They used to call me Donnie. So yeah, it depends on the environment, you know.
But on the field, obviously, you play your style of play is pretty mad. Like, you throw yourself into collisions. You've got a pretty reckless regard for your body.
Yeah, zero respect for my body. My body hates me. The rig is I'm 24, but it feels a little bit older, that's for sure. But mate, wouldn't have it any other way. It's a fun way to play, especially coming from the wing. Like, the wing was boring, bro.
Yeah, it's not a common transition moving from the wing into 7 and playing the way you play.
Yeah, well, I played AFL as well growing up. So being from Perth, like, it's AFL, it's an AFL mad city. So like, rugby's, third sport there, not even. So like, played that majority growing up, and then playing rugby. And then, I just like, they had this kind of, I remember I made the state 15s for, rugby and the state 15s for, AFL. And like, I remember rugby, they had this full plan of how to get to a Wallaby. And then AFL was kind of like, cause the system has just been there for like so long, and it's like, just, there's so many different routes to get there. Yeah, basically I was like, oh, I'm going to go rugby. Plus I love hitting people. Then when I moved to the wing, I remember one tour, I just like playing for WA, you get absolutely smoked by the Eastern States team. So you can imagine on the wing, you're not getting the ball much. So I remember one tour, I was like, fuck. I remember watching the Wallabies play, and I was like, fuck being on the wing, man. I didn't touch the ball all tour. I saw Michael Hooper playing. I'm like, I'll put some weight on. I'm the same height as him. I like the way he plays. So then, fuck, the rest is history. Now I'm 7.
True, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I played with Tamati as well. And Campbell Parado, who just kicked the winning goal for Tasman. Mate, he's been doing that since under 15s. Like, in our state 15 final we played against Canberra, mate, he kicked like 8 from 8 from the tee. He was hitting him from 50 out on the sideline.
Yeah, he can kick, eh?
Mate, I witnessed this firsthand when we're 15 years old. 60 out, no warm up, hit it over,
out.
cleared it 5 meters, 60 out, bro.
Yeah.
Mate, 15 years old, crazy. And that was when Tamati was an 8.
Tamati Williams, was it?
Yeah, the great man, yeah.
So was
mate.
that your team? You had him at 8,
Yeah.
you're on the wing, Campbell Parada at 10. Jeez, what a combo.
Yeah, nice. Mate, it's pretty good combo. We actually, fair few of the players in that team kicked on. That was like one of the more successful like breeds of WA players coming through.
Yeah.
There's a couple more that played Super Rugby and, played, one of the lads played the Olympics for Ireland and sevens and stuff. So there's definitely some good players coming through Western Australia.
So you were born and bred in Perth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the few, like, there's like guys like Dane Halapetti came through the system, but he was born in South Africa and whatnot. So, there's a lot of people come over to Perth from New Zealand, South Africa and whatnot, but not a lot of people actually born and play because they usually just play AFL.
Yeah. What's your family's background? Obviously, Tizzano is not a typical Australian name.
Yeah, so my full name is Carlo Francesco Leonardo Tizzano.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't get more Italian than that. Yeah, my old man, if you met my old man, as you Kiwis would say, he's out the gate. So that's probably where I got it from. It's pretty wild. Like, not in like he's just a crazy European, like super proud, passionate, and like got a lot of fire in him. I guess that's kind of shows in the field when I play.
Yeah.
And my mum as well is Italian. So, household was pretty full on. 4 boys.
Oh, 4 boys, is it? Oh, true.
Yeah, 4 boys. So you imagine Italian household, 4 boys. I'm the 3rd youngest. So, explains the reason like why I am the way I am because like, imagine that 4 boys, Italian household, yelling, screaming, fighting, the whole lot.
Yeah.
Mate, best times.
Did your brothers play rugby?
Yeah, they did. My oldest brother played. We went to a school called Hale. It was like a rugby school, the rugby school in Perth. Oldest brother started playing rugby, then my older brother played as well. I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. So I started playing. But I got expelled from that school.
Oh, did you? What for?
11 years of just mayhem. Got expelled from that school, then went to another school and finished up there. But yeah, it was they didn't like me too much there. It's pretty funny though. 2 weeks ago in Perth, when we had the Perth test, we were training at that school.
Yeah.
Where they got expelled from. So it was like, hi guys, remember me? Yeah, I got expelled from here.
Did they have your jersey or poster up on the wall?
No.
We're all proud now that you're a Wallaby.
Yeah, no, I was like, just thinking to myself, shaking like, there's no chance you guys are claiming me as a Wallaby. Trinity College can claim me all the way. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, did your brothers like beat you up, wind you up?
Oh mate, yeah. I had some pretty serious anger issues when I was younger. So yeah, they used to rev me up pretty hard and whatnot, but I don't, all good now, obviously. You learn to kind of control it and stuff, but yeah, you can imagine third youngest, like you always cop it the most, I reckon.
Even worse than the youngest.
Yeah, because the youngest cops it, but gets protected when my family, like my little brother Cristiano, yeah, shout out to him. He just won the Perth Premier Grade final, actually. Absolutely killed it.
Oh, far out.
Yeah, he got protected a little bit from mum, but he did cop it a lot behind the scenes. But he wouldn't cop it physically, just verbally. I copped it physically and verbally. Right. Getting pinned down, putting peanut butter in my face, getting the dog to lick it off and shit like that, mate. Head down the toilet. Like, man, we went through some couches at my house, getting Batista bomb through it and whatnot. Mate, crazy.
Oh, no wonder he had slight anger issues.
Yeah, just getting absolutely ripped into constantly and thrown around. And the Italian fire. That's what my mum calls it, the Neapolitan fire. If you know where Naples is in Italy and the type of place that is, it's a pretty full-on place. So Neapolitans are known to be quite fiery.
So were you always getting into fights at school and stuff? Was it that sort of anger?
Yeah. No, a little bit of that. A little bit of like more of the teachers.
Fighting the teachers?
Not fighting, verbally. Telling them to F off and stuff.
Oh, true.
Yeah, to be honest though, like I I got diagnosed with ADHD last year.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of look back and I go, well, no wonder I was so naughty at school. I couldn't focus or concentrate, like, because I was just like this unmedicated, crazy kid with ADHD coming from a household 4 boys and, you know, European household in Australia. Like, it's just quite niche. So, yeah, medicated now, game changer. So
How did you find that out, or how did you work that out?
so I've been training professionally. I did my first Super Rugby pre-season 2017 with the Rebels when the force got cut and they brought all the boys over and I just started training with them. And just every year, so started my pro career then, and all the way through, I just felt really like burnt out all the time.
Oh yeah.
And I could never switch off. And like, I kind of look back at school as well. And like, I could never focus for long periods of time. And I remember after last year, when I came back halfway through the season, from Ealing to the Force, I was absolutely burnt out. Like literally, it was pretty bad. Got pretty like sad and depressed and whatnot. And I just saw the doctor and I was like, mate, if I want to play international rugby, like this is not sustainable. Like if I want to go and do 4 months Super Rugby preseason, which is ridiculous, and going into a Super Rugby season. And, you know, as a 7, usually have to play every week and get pretty banged up, then go straight into international season. If I wanted, they obviously wanting to be a Wallaby, like how is this sustainable? Me just getting burnt out by round 4. So I kind of just like sat down, assessed, and I've seen psychologists before, but we could never really nail it on the head. But then, you know, talking to the doc, seeing a psychiatrist, and then working it out from there. He sat me down in 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, he goes, yeah, mate, you got ADHD. Sweet. I'm like, how did my school not pick this up? Like, I went to like a pretty good private school. Like, how did they not pick that up and go, yeah, this kid cannot focus. He distracts everyone. He's like quite fiery. Like maybe he has ADHD.
Yeah.
But game changer though, this year, like I've not had any form of burnout. Like I've, being medicated and like just working with my psych around ways to kind of switch on, switch off, and like him understanding more about like why I am the way I am has been game changer. Like this year, did the full preseason, played every game of Super, and then when we had 5 weeks off, I just kept training the whole way through. And like, you know, into Wallaby camp now, I'm more fired up than ever. Like cool. I'm more fired up than I was round 1.
Yeah.
So, of Super. So, and that's credit to, you know, for myself actually just sitting down and going, all right, like this isn't sustainable. What do I need to do to like be better here? Because like I think sometimes in Australia the mental side of the game is ignored a bit. I know the Kiwis are really good at that. Is always having a sports psych around and like having that option available. I think sometimes in Australia that's not available as much, and I'm not too sure why, but becoming more common now. But absolute game changer.
Yeah. Being
medicated and like just having all the strategies around it.
Well, mate, your form speaks for itself. Post it. So, geez,
yeah,
proof's in the pudding.
It's funny. I saw this photo. It's like, it was a photo of me at scrum time, and someone said, my girlfriend showed me, she was like, oh, someone said Carlo Tizzano scared of the box scrum, and my eyes are just wide. I'm like, no, I'm just absolutely drugged up on my ADHD medication so I can actually focus in game. Man, because I'll be at a scrum when I wasn't medicated, and I'll like just be like staring up and just be thinking about, oh, what am I going to eat for dinner after?
Yeah.
Like, I'm playing a game of rugby here. Like, that's not what you want. So, yeah, now I'm just like, can just dial in for long periods of time. I can actually study as well. I can, sit down and do stuff like this. Like, before I'd just be like, we'd be talking, but I'll be like, off of the fairies a bit.
Well, you've obviously had your medication today. You're right on.
Oh yeah. Well, I reckon more boys need to actually look into it, because, like, man, burnout is cooked, and like, I just seeing the how much it's changed my life. And my little brother got tested as well.
Oh yeah.
I was lucky enough. I was a bit more high functioning. I was able to, sometimes people are like naturally able to put little things in place so you don't forget stuff and you're able to like actually function. So I was quite lucky in that sense. I just naturally always, set up my kit the night before so I wouldn't forget, or like put things in places that I know I wouldn't lose them, because like a trait of a lot of people with ADHD is losing things, forgetting things, whatnot. And so my little brother, he didn't do that, and so he was quite dysfunctional. So he'd always forget stuff. He'd like leave the door and be like, "Oh shit, oh I forgot my boots," or like stuff like all the time, like constantly. So now he's like medicated, has like processes and plans in place that he's worked through, and like he's felt this absolute game changer as well. So
man, that's cool.
Honestly, a lot of boys should get to. I look at a lot of lads in the squad now. I go,
"You're cooked.
You need to be medicated, like me." I rip into a couple of them about it, and they hate it. They get hell weird about it. I'm like, mate, just like me, mate. You're exactly like me. Fuck off, mate. You're not.
What age did you start putting a bit of emphasis into the mental side of the game? Because you spoke around it, getting into that.
I've been pretty lucky. So at a young age, I had a academy coach called Steve Anderson. I had a coach I worked with doing a lot of one-on-one stuff called Alex Steiker, who's actually over at Ealing now, is my best mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got me the gig. He helped me get the gig back and forth, and I helped him get the gig at Ealing. To do a little swap there. But yeah, so when I was like 16, I said, yeah, I'm all in on rugby. Me and Alex sat down and planned out, like put a full plan together of how to get to, did a 4-year plan of how to get to being a professional rugby player, being a Wallaby, how to do, like planning my weeks, showing me the way. Then, Steve Anderson as well. He's actually a psychologist, and he's won a couple of titles in rugby league and whatnot as a coach. Real successful. And he helped me as well, just like with other sides of the mental game. So that's why I've been really blessed to have these guys in my life at a young age. And then, but I never was able to really nail on the head while I was always burnt out. So I never switch off, and I've been able to nail that now. And, loving life. It's been great.
Mate, and talk to me a little bit about your move from wing to 7. Obviously you said you saw Michael Hooper playing. You thought that was a little bit more you than standing out on the wing. Then once you've made that decision, how do you make that transition?
Mate, it was wild. I'm pretty lucky. So my mum's a dietitian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So obviously I was pretty skinny winger that loved contact. So if I want to move to 7, I need to pack on some size.
Yeah.
I remember the first coach I was talking about, Alex. I remember I was at the airport with him, and I saw her. He was my coach then, and I said to him, I was like, mate, that's good. I'm gonna move to 7. Fuck that. I'm gonna be 7. He laughed in my face. He's like, you're not gonna be a 7, mate. And like shit like that, I frothed it, eh? Like I just ate that off. And I remember I literally said, fuck you. Watch me in 6 months. And I went to work, like I was eating 6,000 calories a day, gymming twice a day. I'd go, and after a school game of rugby when I was still transitioning, so I was playing 13 for school, and I was just trying to like eat, put the weight on, but like there was I still hadn't fully committed to moving to 7, but I said that maybe 3-4 months earlier. But I was packing some weight on, and yeah, I was going to the gym after the games. I literally play on a Saturday morning for my first 15 team, go to the gym after, pump out some arms or something like.
Far out.
Yeah, I was fully dialed in. Probably not the smartest way to train, but I reckon that's the best way to do it. Just like, that's the type of person I'll do something to the absolute extreme and then have to pull it back.
All in.
Yeah, and I was eating so much food. To the point I vomited several times.
I was going to say, how do you even stomach that many calories?
Oh man, I'm scarred for life. Yeah, I was so lucky to have my mum like help me out completely, and kind of guide me through that. And mate, I put on like 10 kilos pretty quick.
Yeah, I bet.
And I remember a injury happened to the 7. There was like 4 games to go or 5 games to go of the school rugby season, and I was in year 11, and the 7 got injured, and I just went to the coach. I was like, I'll play. He goes, you reckon? I'm like, fuck yeah, give me a shot. Just give me 1 game. That's all I need. And I played that week, scored 6 tries.
As a 7.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't move you back to the wing after those tries.
No, all pick and goes. So then after that, I was just a 7, and then got invited back to the academy, because I said to the academy, I dropped out. I said, no, like, unless you guys want to put me at 7 and develop me there, I'm not. I don't want to, I'm like, don't anything to do with it. And they said, well, we see you as a winger. And I'm like, well, no, I want to be a 7. So got, put out of that, and I just, After that, though, after those 4 games, I got put back in.
Yeah.
And I remember walking down the hill. I hadn't seen Alex for a while, and they were like, who the fuck is that? Holy shit, it's Tizzano. I'm fucking stacked up. I'm absolutely stacked. He's like, oh. And I'll go, I'm 7 now. He goes, fuck, I could see. And end up playing, then I made schoolboys the next year. So it was pretty cool.
Man, that's quick, eh?
Yeah. Well, it's just like, the beauty about being a 7 is that you just got to go. Like you said, the cut-off snake, you just got to absolutely rip into everything.
Yeah.
And I always had that mindset. I just needed to learn scrummaging and, line-outs and whatnot. But 7s don't really scrum or do line-outs anyway. So I was pretty lucky. It's pretty funny. I like playing all the boys like Harry Wilson, Noah Lasera and all the stuff. Playing them at the schoolboys carnival when I was 7. Like, you look back, it's just like it's crazy. It's been a wild ride, like back then in 2017 to now playing with these boys for our country. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, mate, your meal planning must have had to be right on to get through that many calories every day.
Oh, bro, so many butter croissants. It was the dirtiest bulk ever.
Oh, was it? Oh, just anything.
Oh, yeah, anything and everything, because I just burn a lot of calories in general, so... it was a dirty bulk.
Just a big block of butter and a croissant.
Yeah, literally.
And then, so did you make the junior Wallabies a year young?
So after I made the Australian schoolboys, and then I was in the Perth Spirit squad as well for the NRC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually got brought in to train with the Force Super Rugby team full time. When I was still in school. So I made the schoolboys and they brought me in. Yeah. I was lucky. To my new school, they said, if you want to be a professional rugby player, as long as you pass your grades, like, we're all good with you not coming to school. Like, my attendance was 34%. And they said, literally, no, but they all good with me not coming in as long as I got my work done, which I did.
Yeah.
They just said, all good. And I trained with the Force. I was there. I was part of the training week for Matt Hodgson's last Super Rugby game.
Oh, yeah.
When we beat the Waratahs at home, our last Super Rugby game, when we got kicked out. So I was a part of that whole journey of seeing. I just made it into the team, in amongst it, and then they got kicked out of Super Rugby.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me, this is wild.
Yeah.
And then got put in the Perth Spirit squad, and then I did my knee a week before I was supposed to go to schoolboys.
Oh, niggly.
The clip is so bad. Like, I did a fake line out jump, and then looking away. Yep. Rep over. The boys, threw up one of the lads and didn't catch him, real lazy lift, and dropped him on my knee.
Oh.
And you can imagine the timing as well. Just as about to go to schoolboys, that's usually how you can get a contract. Western Force just got cut. A lot of uncertainty around what's happening there. So, luckily, I was training pretty well with the Perth Spirit when that happened. I was ripping into blokes.
Yeah.
It would have been with bodies in front. When I was younger, I didn't understand that. I was full tackle.
Yeah.
Boys hated me, but they kind of love it. They kind of loved it as well. 17-year-old kid absolutely smoking the older lads in training. So, the old bulls didn't like it, but they respected it.
So was that when you're still at school training with the Force, that's your mindset? You're just straight into everything. You're not intimidated by anyone. You're just ripping in.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I couldn't care less. Yeah, I couldn't care less. I was just absolutely feeling getting into any box I could. And that was, I I remember like I then I did the so then Press Spirit couldn't play. I was supposed to play. There was one game they said, this is the game we're going to play you for. There's the Barbarians this year. That's when they put a lot of the force in the Barbarians and they versed the Wallabies and they nearly beat them. And I was like, sweet, this is my game, injured, whatever. Then all the coaches went to Melbourne Rebels from the force and they said, oh, look, we want to bring you in for the week because we feel bad that you missed out on this opportunity and like, you know, you're an up and coming player. So I went there for the week in December, did my first, did a week with them and I absolutely ripped in. And the head coach was Zach and Dave Wessel, so he loved it. And the forwards coach, Joe Barracat, is old school, just loves like the blokes that rip in. So, I got in a fight my first week there and the coach was just like, fuck yeah. And then this kid's got fucking nuts because it was with, one of the bigger lads in the squad, one of the big dogs. So I couldn't give a fuck. I was like, I need to get a contract here, so I'm ripping in. And then I got asked to come back for the rest of the preseason. So it was pretty cool. Awesome experience. And then by that time, Global Rapid Rugby came into the mix. So I ended up getting a contract. I wasn't ready to play Super Rugby, but, it was a good experience. And then Global Rapid Rugby came in the mix. So I got an academy contract with them.
Far out. So how did you get that mindset just to rip in? Like, was that something you just always had it?
I don't know. I always had it. Yeah. I kind of figured when I was at the state teams and stuff, like, and just obviously, always getting thrown around my brothers, like, I'm not the most talented, gifted player. Like, but one thing I know for a fact is if I go harder than anyone else, like, I'm going to stand out. And especially playing in WA, like, you're getting pumped by 50 points most times or whatever by New South Wales or Queensland. So the only way you stand out is by absolutely smoking blokes. And, trying to get some good contacts in. So, yeah, that's how it kind of came about, I guess. Then, the rest is history. Shoulders get a bit sore in there, but it's all right. I was
going to say, easier said than done. Like, all good to have that mindset, but man, you still got to be able to put your body into it. And I guess that's where a lot of people struggle. Not everyone is quite as mad, but by all accounts, you carved up your first year in the club scene in the Force too. Did you get like Player of the Year or?
Yeah, I got the PG Hampshire. It was so good to play just heaps of footy.
Yeah.
Played most games and got voted by the referees, so which was nice. Which is usually not the case with the 7. Usually they hate the 7, so I was pretty lucky to get that.
How old were you?
18.
18. Player of the Year in the club comp. That's cool.
It was pretty funny. I remember my first so I was in the academy and I got brought in here and there. My full to the main squad for the Western Force of Global Rapid Rugby. I remember my first session, it was like a forwards unit, so I needed a couple numbers and I jumped in and the head coach was there and I was absolutely ripping in because the boys were like, oh, fuck, we're not playing for 4 weeks. Let's just kind of chill a little bit, gentlemen's. And I was like, I just don't understand gentlemen's. I do now.
Do you?
I do now after a couple of years. I do. But then I didn't, and I wanted the contract, so I went hard. And then after that, I remember seeing the coach on the phone straight away, and then I got a call later that night from my agent saying, "Oh, the Force want to sign you." I'm like, "It's into the main squad for next year." So I was like, "Oh." And
then what was it like becoming a full-on professional with the Force?
Oh, so good. Well, I was pretty lucky. Like in the academy, it was full time. I was in the Monday to Friday.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Just on a shit salary, and after that training session, I was in with the main squad most of the time. They had an awesome academy set up, full time. A full-time S&C, full-time coach. You just be smashing cat pass, smashing tackle tech, like all the fundamentals, which I try and pride myself on, and that's full credit to the academy set up back in the day with the Future Force. So,
in your debut, you obviously felt ready. You were born ready. You never had any hesitations.
Yeah. I always felt like all my debuts, because I feel like I've really front loaded my whole career. I've always made sure I'm first to training, make sure I'm doing extras, doing this. So whenever I've had the opportunity to debut, I've never felt out of place. And that's just because credit to those coaches I've had to, guide me through the process and show me the way. And I was just front loaded my career with a lot of extra sessions and whatnot, and a lot of early wake ups. I remember in school, I was waking up 5 a.m. before school, going like this before I got brought into the full squad, wake up 5 a.m., go to train with Alex, and then go to school, and then go to the gym at lunchtime sometimes, and go to the gym again later that night, or go to school rugby training. Like,
yeah, well, you've got a overwhelming confidence in your own ability, and from listening to you here, you basically put that down to the amount of work that you've put in. You know that you've worked harder than basically anyone else out there, and that's why you're confident in yourself.
And I think that's what a lot of professional sport is. It's just being confident in what you do. Like, I know, like when I played against the Springboks, my debut game, starting, like that's, pretty scary, not scary stuff, but like that's a big moment.
Yeah.
The week before I was playing Perth Club Rugby.
Oh, true.
I was on the piss. I had the Nathan Sharp Awards night. And the coach came up to me. He's Greg Holmes, absolute legend, Australian rugby legend as well. You would have played him a fair bit actually. And he came up to me. He was at the awards night because he's the academy coach. He's like, mate, I told him I'm not playing. Like, I'm gonna have a good night. I don't get in the piss often. I want to have a good night. And he goes to me like, after a couple, he goes, mate, we're going to need you tomorrow. 20's good. I'm like, all right, I'll play. Absolutely. This is the week before I played the Springboks, basically, and I got absolutely plastered to 4 a.m. and then play later that afternoon for club footy.
Far out.
Yeah, I know.
So were you not in the squad? Like, was that call up out of the blue?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, mate, completely out of the blue. I remember. So there was an initial, like, they did these like satellite hubs, like an extended Wallaby squad. And, I was lucky enough to get picked, like eight Force boys got picked and whatnot. And, we did this little 1 week training with Joe and, Laurie Fisher and Mike Crine and Jeff and all that. And we were just getting the feel for the boys and what they're about. But like the squad was already picked by then.
Oh yeah. But
just to kind of get boys in, keep them engaged and stuff. And I got some feedback from Joe, which was like awesome. The thing I love about Joe is black and white.
Yeah.
It's no beating around the bush. He said, like, he just said he really likes what I'm about, loves my attitude, just pack on some weight. Because I was playing Super Rugby this year at 94, 95 kilos.
Oh, wow. Were you? Far out.
Yeah, because in the preseason's so long, like in Perth as well, it's 40 degrees. It's pretty hard to keep weight on. Like, so there's so much output I could do. So when Super Rugby season finished, went straight in that hub, that week training, and I got that feedback, and then didn't make the squad. And that was my feedback, just put weight on. So I had 5 weeks off, 4 or 5 weeks off, and I absolutely stacked it on.
You're like, sweet, I know how to do this.
I was like, oh, I've been here before.
Butter croissants.
Yeah, literally. No, I went clean this time. So what I did was I literally, because I wanted to keep playing, so I had 2 weeks off of not playing and play club footy for 3 weeks. I'll literally I did barely any running. I did 2 runs a week. And one of them was a sprint session, with the academy coach, who's like an ex-sprinter. So I kept my loads up, kept my accels up so I could stay quick whilst putting on this weight. And in a week and a half, I sent a photo to Joe. I went from 94, 95 kilos. I sent a photo to him saying, oh man, 98. So I said, mate, if we can get to 98, 100 kilos, that'll be perfect. I sent him a photo, said, feeling strong, mate. Good to go.
Top off.
Yeah. Naked selfie. And he was like, he's like, mate, good to see the work's been done. And this is before I started playing. And, I just want to stay front of mind, let him know, like, I'm in business. Like, I'm not here to fuck around.
Yeah.
And then I just kept grinding away, playing a bit of club footy, which was so much fun. Good to get back to like my junior club and just like get amongst it. And then, and then I obviously had the awards night, like I said before, played, and then the week later on the Thursday, I'm literally just ice bathing. I didn't even know the Wallaby squad was being selected because I was like, I wanted to stay ready. Like, I wanted to stay ready, but like, I was just so focused on putting weight on, getting strong again, and like, you know, staying like fit and fast.
Yeah.
And, got this email. I was like, what the fuck? Freak from Chris what? Tomo? What the fuck? Read it. Letter attached. Read the letter. You've been selected for the South Africa squad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Email.
Yeah, then they call you after.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess I'm playing South Africa next week.
Shit, and straight in there. Team naming, you're in.
Yeah.
Starting.
Yeah. And the best part about it is that Joe, first, as soon as I saw he's black and white, but he's good for a laugh.
Yeah.
And he goes, righto, mate, on the scales right now. And I'm like, fucking let's go. 100.5 kilos. I was just like, here you go, mate. I told you, I said to him as well, like, when he called me saying I was in the first squad, I'm like, mate, I'm going to fucking get this done. Like, I can guarantee you. I know that for a fact. He was like, mate, I don't doubt that you'll be able to play international rugby and have a positive impact, but I'm just worried about your weight. Just, you know, be able to, you know, how many times you'll be able to take those impacts and be able to keep doing it. I'm like, mate, I'll tell you something right now. I'll fucking be able to get up and keep going.
Yeah.
But I'll pull weight on whatever you want me to. You want me 105 kilos, I'll do it. He obviously doesn't want me 105, but, yeah. So it was a good feeling for me. Like, you know, I stayed ready throughout that block. Like, I didn't have one day off, like, to the point the CEO at the Force come to me like, Carlo, you need to get the fuck out of here. Neve was like, mate, like, you're here every day.
Yeah.
Leave, like, go on holiday. I'm like, fuck that. I love this shit, bro. I'll have time off when I'm fucking dead. I had time off at Ealing. I was like, I was pissing up 3 times a week there.
Oh, that's so good. And then obviously, yes, you're out there starting playing against South Africa. What's that like?
Oh, mate, it was so cool. I remember I wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I was watching the Olympics was on there, and I remember I watched this little clip on Jess Fox, and she was just so dialed in, and she was saying, like, and they asked her, why you like that? She's like, everything I've done over my whole life has led to this moment. And for me, that's what it felt like. That's what it has felt like every time I've run out there and sung the anthem. It's like, I haven't been nervous, haven't been afraid, or like, haven't had any anxiety at all. It's just been pure, like, just dialed in, no thoughts, just like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, I worked my fucking ass off for this. Like, couldn't be more confident. So yeah, and that's just from all the work and all the, you know, all the love I've had from the coaches over the years, and all the setbacks as well. Like, you know, getting myself out of Ealing, like, there was a lot of moments when it tested your love of the game, like,
yeah,
not having a lot of boys to do extras with, and like, you know, and you can so easily fall in that trap of like doing the bare minimal, especially at champ level, because you don't really need to.
Yeah.
Because they got all the money, they don't really need. They got the good players. They don't need boys who go, oh, I'm just cruising here. They don't need to do the extras and whatnot. So
yeah,
stay true to it. Just stay true to the process and end up all right. Like, mate, I was played Bedford last year, April. That was my last game for Ealing.
Far
It was
out.
against Bedford.
I didn't realise it was that close.
Yeah, mate, it was last year, April. And then
Far out.
2 weeks later, I played. You'll find this funny because you obviously experienced the champ rugby. So I went from, in the time frame of 3 weeks, I went from playing Bedford away to versing Richie Mwanga and the Crusaders and getting pumped by 50 points. Wild ride, bro.
That is a ride.
I went from playing 4 weeks ago, playing club footy in Perth, hungover as hell, to playing the Springboks, the world champs, a week later.
Well, you've done it all.
Pretty funny.
So what was the... we'll start with your first move, actually. You moved to the Waratahs. What was that move about?
Yeah, it was like I kind of got to the stage where I had a good year with the 20s. We came second, and it was kind of like, all right, so what am I going to do here? I can stay for better money in the force, be comfortable, stay living at home with mum and dad, whatnot, or I can really challenge myself and go do my dream of playing Super Rugby. Wasn't necessarily my dream playing for the Waratahs, but my dream was always play Super Rugby for the Western Force, but that wasn't an option. So yeah, basically, and like the idea of being able to compete with Mark Webber, who was the reason why I moved to 7, like, it's funny, like, it's crazy how the media twisting people, like a lot of people thought like I hated Michael Hooper or I wanted to take his spot. Well, obviously I want to take his spot because I want to compete with him. Like that's how it should be done. Like I know the thing with the Crusaders, I followed their leadership page on LinkedIn, and they talk about like how the whole culture there is for the young guys coming through, so the older guys, and they're going to help you out as best they can. Yeah. But you got to take that jersey off me. And that was my whole mindset. Like, I'm going there to learn off one, in my opinion, one of the greatest Australian rugby players ever to play. But I'm going there to compete. I'm going there to take his jersey as best I can. Like, I obviously, I was really, like, being realistic. Like, it wasn't going to happen. But, like, if I can get somewhat close to there, then I'm going to end up in a good spot and set up for the rest of my career. And I did that, went there and competed, made my debut, for round 1 of 2020. So I got there and, ripped into training, got in a couple of scraps.
I heard about it the first day you were a scrapper? Yeah. Day one.
Yeah. Day one, got a bit of beef with, a couple of the boys. It was a 3v1.
Who was it? Hooper, straight in. You've gone straight for him.
Nah, that wasn't Hoops. Hoops was with Wallabies then. He was on his Wallabies break. But it was with Jakey Gordon.
Parecki, surely.
Nah, not Parecki. Nah. Parecki always embraced me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah, he loves the way I go about my business. And it was a weird time at the Waratahs then, but I can't. Obviously, the boys heard from the media that I'm coming in to take Hooper's spot, and they got real protective over him.
Was that the article? Did they post an article like that?
Yeah, something like that. And like the boys saw me as saw in a really negative way, but like they didn't know Hoops was my hero. Yeah. He was my phone background for 2 years, 3 years.
While you're at the Waratahs.
No, I changed it when I went there. I'm a bit of a social idiot, but not that much of a social idiot. I changed it before I went there. But like that, that was my phone background to the Force, because it was like, that's where I want to be. I want to be where he is. And, so yeah, they kind of caught wind of that, and like media kind of twisted it a bit and whatnot. And, so there's a lot of I think there was a lot of negativity around me coming in, and the culture, how it was the Waratahs was the young boys shut the hell up. Yeah. And like not really compete as well. Like, you kind of, if you go hard at training, it's kind of like, who's this guy think he is? It's like, no, I'm here to compete. I'm here to make you guys better. Yeah. By me going harder, you got to get to that breakdown that little bit quicker, don't you? And so yeah, that wasn't seen in the most positive way, and I think I was a bit misunderstood. But that eventually changed. I think senior guys coming in like Parecki and whatnot, helped a lot, because, he, I remember, I think this is when things started to change for me at the Tars, was in 2021. Parecki was like, everyone was getting real pissed off at me at training because I was going hard, I was stealing the ball, this, that. Parecki said in front of the whole, said in front of the whole team, he goes, I know Carlo's a fucking troll and he's annoying as fuck. And he's a little fucking gremlin, but he's making all of us fucking better. Yeah. Like, he's going hard for us, for this team. Like, we need to embrace that. We all need to follow that. And
what a leader.
Yeah, Parecki, mate, he's a leader amongst men. Yeah. He's a leader amongst men. He's a great man. I get on with him really well. He's so funny. But yeah, so that's when things kind of shifted a little bit. But I think because I'm that really intense Perth kid, I was always kind of on the outs a bit. So Waratahs wasn't the best spot for me. Really good learning
Well,
curve, though.
you said season 2021, you got a heap of starts that year, eh? Obviously,
Yeah.
results weren't
Yeah.
that good. And, no wins.
Yeah, worst Super Rugby season ever, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I ripped in. I think I got made the most tackles or something. So the
No
comps, I was
doubt.
pretty proud of that. Like, yeah, I think I was averaging like 20 odd a game.
Hates a tackle.
Yeah, we were defending a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like moving over to Sydney when I was 20 in a big, like Sydney's a big city. Coming from Perth, like if you've ever been in and around Perth for a bit, it's pretty quiet, pretty laid back, and then coming to a big city like this, I swear everyone's so angry here. Oh, I need to see my anger management. I need to go anger management. Yeah, so the kind of just experiencing that was good for me. Kind of like opened my eyes up, made me a lot of nights staring at the ceiling, going, "What the fuck am I doing?" Or getting pretty sad. Getting that feeling of burnout, not really having not having my close mates from Perth around and whatnot. Yeah, definitely put me out of my comfort zone, which was good for me. Like I feel like you need that at a young age. I always say that anyone that's born in Perth, like move away.
Yeah.
For at least a couple of years, get away from it. Like, experience Sydney or experience, the world a little bit because, but you always come back to Perth. It's a hell of a spot. Ask Jeremy Thrush.
Oh, he loves it. I caught up with him
I know
last
he does.
time. Man, he loves Perth. I don't know if he'll ever leave.
Nope.
What a spot. Yeah.
He's a Western Australian now. I gave him his passport, West Australian passport.
So then why'd you move over to Ealing then?
Look, I don't know. I came off a good seat. It's funny, right? I think, probably similar to you, you got sold the dream, right?
I was going to the championship at the time, the premiership at the time, but they got relegated. So
yeah, similar to me.
Well, Ealing
going
to make the premiership?
Yeah, so that the whole thing was
he did get sold the dream.
No opportunities in Super Rugby. I came off a good year as well. Like I started most games and.
Also, Waratahs had released you.
Yeah. Well, after when Darren Coleman came in 2022, he did like straight off the bat. He just like pretty honest with me and whatnot, and wasn't a massive fan. So yeah, they didn't want to re-sign me. No, there wasn't really any other opportunities in Australia. So I then went to then Ealing came up, and I was like, I spoke to them. They sold the dream. Yeah, we're winning. We're going to the Prem. I was like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be sick. And then, reality sunk in.
As soon as you get there.
Literally a month before I was supposed to go, they got denied promotion.
Oh, true.
And it was signed on the dotted line. So
yeah,
there's nothing could have done.
Were you still committed to becoming a Wallaby at this point, or like was that?
Yeah,
still,
100%. 100%. But like, I had no options. It was either go. At the time, it was like, play club rugby in Sydney or something and wait for something to pop up, or go play in England, play in the Prem. I thought it was going to be the Prem.
Yeah. And
go a couple years there, play a different style of rugby, experience the world a bit, then come back.
Makes sense.
But as soon as I got there, it was wild. That place was wild. Made some mates for life, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I still keep in contact with a lot of the boys there, but it was a wild setup. The Wild Wild West, we called it. The West London Wild Wild West.
What did the captain say to you on your first day?
I actually got in trouble for this. I said this on a Perth potty with a couple of Kiwi boys.
Oh, did you?
Horries Tell Stories. They're actually massive fans of you as well. They, when I reshared, by the way, when I reshared that on my Insta story, I reckon I had just as many replies that than I did for my debut saying, fuck yeah, how good. So, mate, this is good job, mate.
People are excited about this one.
Mate, you got a massive following. Like, it's awesome. And, so I said on their potty, I was like, I didn't think anyone would listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, and I like obviously said, yeah, the captain came up to me the first day and said, mate, what the fuck have you done coming here? Because outside looking in, you're like, mate, this place is awesome. Awesome facilities. They got money. They got good players. They just won before. Like the reason why they weren't then got because the stadium wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
They said they had plans to build a stadium for next season. So all we got to do is win the champ this season, then, you know, go on to, go play in the Prem. How good. And then rock up and he's just like, mate, what the fuck have you done coming here? I'm just like super optimistic when I got there. Like, yeah, like, let's go. I'm going to like help, get these guys into the Prem. And then he said that. I was just like, fuck, man, what have I done?
Oh, and then how did you find it? Hey, obviously, the boys were good value. You probably fit in a little bit better over there in terms of the training intensity. There's quite a few guys like that, eh?
Yeah, no, it was good. I try to go pretty chill. I try to be pretty chill in those trainings because, like, I didn't want to get injured in case something came up.
Oh, yeah.
And the field was fucked. That 4G pitch, man.
Oh,
it was like,
true, yeah.
Yeah, it was on the back end. Like, do you play on that 4G pitch?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. That was when it was newer. So it was what you would have played 2016, 2017. So you add 5 years to that.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard by then. A lot of footies played in it. So, man, there was like 8 ACLs 8 seasons.
Shit, yeah. The injury rate on them is terrible, eh?
Yeah. So, but went there and, I was just like, because I've been so serious my whole career, straight in school, I was in the mix. So Ealing was good for me, not so much rugby wise, but like in terms of enjoying life and experiencing traveling, like kind of not being so serious all the time. Like I'd go and piss up with the boys on a Tuesday. We'd go David Lloyd's for a sauna and spa and go, pub crawl, boys, and just go on a fucking pub crawl on our way home and get about 12 pints and a half.
They do their socials well over there, eh? Like,
oh, mate,
times.
So good. Oh, mate, I was getting maggot night before games. Night before Nottingham away, I got absolutely plastered. And played a good game as well. Got double. And I realised I was like, fuck, maybe I can be a bit more relaxed. But then I went back to Super Rugby. I was like, nah, got to be here.
So how many years did you do over there?
10 months.
Oh, just 10 months. Okay.
Oh, as soon as I was there, I was trying to get out straight away.
You'd realise straight away. Soon as the captain spoke to you.
Yeah. As soon as the captain, literally straight away. So basically I got there and I started the trial. It was wild. I was like, start the trial games, then straight away got put on the bench. I was like, what? I played really well in trials. And just like, I was put on the pretty funny story. I don't know if Nogga's told you, but, I got put on the bench first game and I came on, got like 2 steals, scored the bonus point try against Doncaster, which was a big win for us. And then I was like, surely I went to the coach like, mate, I can understand you benched me for the first game. I get that. Like, you want to go with the guy you had last year, but like, I just proved myself, like, will he give me a start against Amp Hill? Nah, sorry, mate. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, mate, sorry. I'm like, whatever. And he'd send the team out by email. He'd select the team by email because he doesn't want to have the conversations in person. It's pretty funny. He's a good man though. Oh, yeah. But anyway, and then I remember in that Amp Hill game, it was, we went 6-2 split. 6-2 split bench. Yeah. And then, our backs went down. So I had to jump on at 12 and we're nearly losing at Amp Hill. I came on and like scored the, bonus point try, like individual effort. And when I ran past the coach, I told him to fuck off. Come on, the try. That's one of the more iconic moments. Well, the boys still talk about that. So I was like, fuck, these guys fucking tricked me. They knew they weren't going up. I had a good year though. I loved it. It was fun playing, trying to kind of like just being like, I wouldn't really stick to the system. I just do whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun, like being able to pick and go on the halfway line, just off the first phase. Like, I would never do that in Super Rugby. Like, I'd get killed if Simon Cron saw me pick and go on the 50-meter line after, on a starter play, he would absolutely murder me. So doing stuff like that and just like kind of expressing myself a bit with it was fun, you know, and the boys loved it as well because I was a bit wild.
Yeah, well, they called you the Tasmanian Devil, didn't they? Like,
yeah, I had a couple of nicknames. I had a couple.
Was that on the field or off it?
Oh, both.
So then you obviously get your opportunity to go back to the Force. And that was what? Was that, you said that was mid-season. Was that the Crusaders game? Injury replacement?
Yeah, so basically my journey back was pretty funny. So Alex Steiker, my longtime friend and coach, who's at Ealing now, is friends with Simon Cron. And Connor only knew me from stories he heard at Waratahs because he coached there. And obviously I didn't have the best reputation there. Like, you know, I always had the reputation going hard, but I didn't have the most positive rep on me, which is fair enough. Like, I definitely made some mistakes, but you know, I stayed true to myself the whole time, and one thing I was proud about. So he messaged Chrono saying, "Would you be keen to catch up with Carlo over Christmas?" So I was back in Perth for the Christmas break. Caught up with him, and we sat down and yarned for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and like me and him are very similar. He's like a cut-off snake as well. So we got on very well, and he just said, like, there's nothing at the moment, but look, you know, down the track, we'd definitely be keen to get you on board. And I was like, mate, awesome. I'm ready to go. You just fucking call me. I'll trying my best to get out of my contract. And yeah, basically I went back. Ankle was no good. I had bone spurs like the size of a pea.
Oh yeah.
Coming off it because I just refused to get it done. Because I just like, need to play, you never know what can happen. And got the surgery done. And then day after I got the surgery done, I got a call from my agent on a Saturday. And he's like, mate, something's come up. And I was like, okay, yeah, the Force are going to need someone pretty soon. When do you reckon you'll be right? And I'm like, mate, I'll be right in 6 weeks, whatever. And my rehab was like pretty fucking cowboyish. Like I was just playing darts. Honestly, majority of my rehab, like me and Noggers were just playing darts because because of the ADHD, I get so hyper fixated on things. And there was a dartboard in the gym. And like Noggers was like about to retire anyway. So he's like, mate, just come on, game of darts. I'm like, fuck, all right. Just will play for hours. And then he would play a bit of cricket as well. We'd throw the unplayable. Yeah, mate, it was so good. And then I played that game, but then I had a week off. That was the beauty of Prem Rugby and Champ Rugby and whatever playing in Europe is the time off you get.
Yeah. 4
or 5 games, week off. So I went to Turkey. I didn't get my teeth or hair done. I just went for a holiday. Dad's a dentist, so I don't need to go there for my teeth. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to call Chrono. Like, fuck, going through my agent. Like, there's too much tit for tat. He said, she said, shit going on.
Yeah.
That I'm just going to call him. And because I knew what type of bloke he was like. And it worked out perfectly because their bye week was my week off. So I knew for a fact Chrono will be recruiting in that bye week. I knew for a fact I could get a hold of him and talk to him because during the week, all he's thinking about is winning. Like, that's all he cares about, which I fucking love. Like, I'm all for that. That's why we're going really well. And I called him. I was like, mate, you're not doing too well at the moment. Like, you need me. Like, I'm ready to go. I just played. Send me a contract and we'll be good to go. He's like, mate, done deal. You get a contract tomorrow.
Shit.
Literally woke up in the morning, had a 2.5 year contract, whatever it was.
Right, it's that easy.
So yeah, I don't need to pay my agent. I just did it myself. Yeah, then literally got back from Turkey, told Ealing. They were really supportive, which I respect the hell out of them. Like, they could have been dicks about it, but I said, no,
yeah,
you're not going. But they knew I wasn't happy. They knew, like, I I was desperate to get back and play top flight rugby, and they knew deep down as well they weren't playing. They weren't going to the Prem, even if we won that year. And we were winning. We were on top that year.
Yeah.
Jersey ended up winning, but we're doing really well. So massive respect to them. And literally then booked my flight the next day. As soon as Ealing released me, they said, yeah, all good on the Thursday. Grew whatever I could in my bag, met up with the boys for a massive piss up, and then flew on the Friday. And then I started training on the Monday with the 4th.
And played that weekend. Was that the weekend that you...
No, how's this? No. So I had that. I obviously could not play that week.
Yeah.
Man, I've only done 2 weeks of rehab running. I'd done barely any rehab, and that's just because, I was just doing like calf strengthening and whatnot. I had done barely any running. And then, that's the 7 went down in the first minute of the game against the Highlanders at HBF Park. The 7 I had before, Ollie Callan.
Yeah.
So I was like, when it happened, I'm like, looks like I'm playing next week. Chrono came up to me on the Monday after. He goes, you good to go? I'm like, fuck, man, I'm born for this shit. and then we versed the Reds that week at Suncorp. So I went from 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks playing at Bedford away to playing at Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah.
And then the week after, I played at Christchurch. Played the Crusaders in Christchurch and got absolutely hammered. Wild though, going from one extreme to the other, and it just happened like that. And similar to how I became a Wallaby, it just happened like that.
Yeah. The beauty of the game. Man, it can all change so quickly.
Yeah. Let me tell you something though, the champ trying to get up, that what actually got me ready. And I came into Super Rugby in those 6 games, last 6 games I played some good footy, and that was just purely because of when I was at Ealing, I was having fun, but I still did my extras every single day. I still made sure I was grinding away. And, I had sleepless nights thinking how the fuck am I going to get out of here? It's fun, but this is not sustainable. I'm made for more. I want to do more in my career. So when I got that opportunity, I just went full balls to the wall. And man, I was so unfit. Had 2 weeks of rehab running. I've been on the piss for 10 months straight. I was not ready to play Super Rugby, and just bit down the mouth guard that little bit harder and got the job done. But after that season was finished, I was like, holy shit, I need to sort my life out. And that's when I figured out ADHD and whatnot, and really figured out how to switch off with rugby.
And you found an instant impact in your form in that 2024 year?
Yeah, this year, yeah. So I played the last 6 games of last season, played well, and then had the South African tour, did well as well. Then this year, just I was, grateful that Chrono just selected me every week. He tried to rest me one week. I told him to get fucked. I had quite a big quad strain last year and this year. Had against the Chiefs. If you watch me play against the Chiefs this year, I had my quad strapped up fully from the Chiefs game to the rest of the season because I had this strain in my quad, but I just refused to get rested. I was like, fuck this, I'm playing. Yeah, well, there's a couple of reasons. I was like, one, I want to hit my bonus because Super Rugby is, if you miss 1 or 2 games, you're I had to play 80% of the season to hit my bonus. So start 80% of the games. So I was like, if I miss 1 game, that's going to put me right down. It's pretty quick. And then plus, I wanted to be a Wallaby, and I knew playing it week in, week out, doing my thing. Yeah, we weren't winning, we weren't performing, and that never doesn't really help. But if I can just, go on week in, week out and just show a consistent performance of 6 to, 8, 9 out of 10 every week, then, you might end up in a good spot.
Was that quad injury the one that you'd put pepper spray on?
Yeah, the pepper spray.
Talk to me about this. How does that work? I've never heard of it.
Mate, there's this spray that is genuine pepper spray. It's unreal. It's so good. I'll go pepper spray it and then go this the mental rub, the old man's rub, and then strap the fuck out of it and just got all. It's pretty funny though. Chrono, we versed in, we just got pumped by the Chiefs. And then we flew back to Perth and we were playing Fiji and Drua at home. And Chrono's like, mate, I think I'm going to rest you this week. I said, there's no fucking chance, because I couldn't train Monday. Like, I could not train during the week with this quad. Like, I need to give it time. I said, Chrono, there's no fucking chance you're resting me. Back me in on this. Like, trust me. Like, just fucking trust me. And he's like, I was like, mate, I'll nail I'm not fucked up my role or detail all year. Like, I'll get this. Like, I don't need to train to nail my shit. Like, I've front loaded I'm just seeing myself. Like, I've front loaded my career. Like, I don't need to get my tackles in every week. Like, I didn't need to get my tackles in this week, because I've got my tackles in every other week for the last 7 years. You know, like, I don't need to do breakdown work or do extra stuff because I've done that. So, like, that Fiji week. And that was the week Joe Schmidt came and watched us play, and had a killer game. So
the pepper spray,
bro. I'm telling you, I love that shit. After that, it was a ritual. Getting all, you might know Kurt.
Yeah. Tasman.
Yeah, Kurt. Mate, funny story about Kurt. You know how Kurt is. He's dry as hell. When my first day at the Force, he obviously heard stories about me and whatnot, like how I'm a bit like full on but funny and got a sense of humor. But I went up to him first day, and I go, "Oh, hey mate, Carlo, nice to meet you." He goes, "Oh, Kurt." And I was like, "Mate, I'll tell you something right now. I'm gonna be the best man at your wedding." And he's like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy?" Well, I'm telling you, mate, we're gonna be best friends, because I'm gonna be here every day. And our relationship has flourished since then.
Are you going to be his best man?
Oh, fuck yeah. Tough love. The physios, I always banter them. They cut me down during the week. They rip into me, but on game day, they're nice to me.
Oh, I bet.
So game day's a good day.
Oh, that's so good. What are your plans going forward? Obviously, you're a Wallaby now. Yeah, you've had your crack, but by all accounts, from what I've heard so far, this is just the start of your career, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, I can't wait for Wednesday. I don't know. Like, I'm coming off contract. So yeah, I actually don't know what next. Like, it's, I need to sit down and evaluate, what's going on. But like, I love the direction the Force is going. I think our CEO, Neve, she's unbelievable. I think Goody's doing an awesome job, step up into the GM role, and Chrono and our coaches, Will and Oz, and I don't know, the new coach we've signed, the new forwards coach too well, but I've heard good things as well. So we have the right people in the right places, and we've signed some awesome players this year as well. So. You know, it's exciting times of the Force and Oz Rugby as well. I think Joe, Mike Cron, Jeff Parling, Laurie Fisher, all those guys. It's a hell of a coaching group, and it's really special. Like, yeah, we're not getting the results now, but that's a process. Same with the Force. Like, this stuff takes time, and like, especially for the Force, like, we got cut from Super Rugby, had Global Rapid Rugby, obviously not a Super Rugby squad. That takes a long time. We've only been back in Super Rugby for 4 years. That takes a long time to guys have contracts, getting them off, the guys who probably aren't up for Super Rugby, getting them off contract, getting you guys in, building a squad that attracts more better players to come. Like, it takes time. And, you know, the Australian, I don't know how it is in New Zealand, but Australian rugby media is quite negative, and they expect results straight away. 1 week you're the best in the world, the next week you're the worst team in the world. So, it's, I think it's just it's a process. I'm really excited moving forward, but I definitely need to sit down with my manager and sort things out, because I have no idea, bro. Like, this has been a wild 4 weeks. So wait and see. Exciting though.
I suppose so much has changed for you in the last 4 weeks. Like,
crazy.
Yeah, you're in a whole new position to where you were 4 weeks ago, and playing so well on the international stage, the biggest stage. And
well, to be honest, it's credit to the coaches. Like, they're so experienced. Like, as soon as they came in, they were just able to go, they just said to me straight away when I was saying, like, mate, like, you're here for a reason. Do your do your thing, do your job, do what you're good at. That's it. There's no extra. I only had a week of training. I didn't know the systems, didn't know, had to learn it like that, sink or swim. And they obviously help you as much as possible. And they just said on game day, just like, do what you're good at. You're here for a reason. I think that it shows the true experience of those coaches. Mate, really lucky.
It's cool to hear because obviously there's a lot of question marks over Aussie rugby at the moment, but awesome to hear that you feel like that building blocks are just sort of getting in place because massive 3 years for Australian rugby, isn't there? You obviously got the Lions tour at home. You've got the World Cup at home. So like this next 3 year block's going to be a real good opportunity for the Wallabies to be saved and back to like the glory days.
100%. I'm not just saying this because he's the head coach, but like having a guy like Joe who's black and white, he's just nailing the basics. I think you look what he did with Ireland, and like whoever's had him before would say the same thing. Like he's the right man for the job. So I think it's really exciting, and just like weird being in this environment. It's like addictive, you know. Like I just want more of it and more of it and more of it. So I can't wait for what's next. And I hope I stick around in the environment and just keep doing my thing because absolutely loving it.
Yeah. Oh, how good. Exciting times, and a couple of big test matches coming up in the next few weeks. Like I went to the Instagram for some questions, and a lot of them were around that. If you're confident that you can beat the All Blacks in the next 2 games.
Look, I think if you focus on the result too much, I think that's where you go wrong. I think we need to focus on putting a 80-minute performance together. And I think we get to do that as a squad. Like from a viewer's perspective, in the July series, like I don't think the boys played some good rugby considering the new coaches, new squad, just coming new systems. But, you still had to put together a full 80-minute performance, and we haven't done that yet. In the rugby championship. So I think for us, just putting together a full 80-minute performance, thinking to our systems, our processes, I mean, I think we do that, it'll be a competitive game. If you focus on the result too much, that's when things go wrong.
Nice. Good answer to start. Okay, we got plenty of other ones. Word is the man, obviously we've heard this, is notorious for training fights. Biggest training fight ever?
Nah, there hasn't been too many big ones.
Just every day.
Once someone was on me and I got him in a rear naked. That was pretty funny. Another one lad was on top of me to like grab me, and I just chucked one right on his chin. He was on top of me at the bottom of a rock. No, I was pulling right on his chin, and he loved it as well. It was a 10. It was a fly half. He's the man. Yeah. It was Will Harrison. He was a great man. He was like, he's a tough bugger. Yeah. He was on top of me until I rocked because like, I don't know. I forgot how we got in that position. He was on top of me, and he's like jersey punch me. I was like, fuck you. Just right on his chin. And he took it like a man as well. He loved it. I honestly, I haven't been in a training fight for a long time. I'm just so focused on just getting up to my feet as quickly as possible, getting back on the D line or like whatever. I'm not focusing on other people. Like I feel like people try and like fight me in game all the time, like try and like grab me and like rough me up, but I'm just trying to get to my feet too quick and like not even focusing on them. Like they're trying to grab you and like rip into you. I just like, oh fuck, I gotta go. Next job, got to get up, got to make another tackle.
You're so focused now.
Yeah, so focused, bro. I'm fucking so dialed in.
Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, next one. How many days do you spend in the mine gym chop tackling?
What the boys say? That's come from one of the boys. Honestly, that's actually a great question because I do it a lot. Sometimes I'll be asleep, like before I go to bed, or sometimes I wake up and I struggle to get back to sleep. That was actually before the Argentina game. I couldn't get back to sleep. Had like 4 hours sleep. Oh, it was awful. But like, I just get caught in this loop of like thinking about like visualizing you know, just getting from the outside shoulder, fucking getting up hard, chopping them, nice drop knee tackle, good squeeze, finish on top, get back up, all the time.
Just constant.
Like,
Any spare moment.
Any spare moment. I can get very passionate about tackling.
Oh,
Boys hate going. We do this chop drill and boys hate going with me because I make sure that's my chop tackles for the week. Besides that, I'm done. I need to get fresh.
well, that's the next question. Which one-on-one defense drills do you do? So that's it.
To be honest, like it's changed a bit. I think our big focus at the Wallabies is chop tackling. So, Laurie Fisher does an awesome drill. It's super basic. We just literally, I'll just, throw the ball. We work on the angle, throw the ball. And it's just a one-on-one chop tackle. And it's just all about, you know, getting the foot in close and getting a good squeeze, driving through. And, that's literally what we just do that for 3 minutes. I do that 3 minutes, every week. I've been really enjoying that. So I think if you do too much, you start overthinking it a bit. And, in 15 when it's boys in front, practicing good habits there, I think that's all you need. Like people will go on the tackle mat and do these big hits and stuff. It's like, save it for the game.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing week in, week out. You know, the bruises and the bumps and bruises, they accumulate. So that's one thing I learned. I used to, when I was 21, me and Lockie Swinton would be on the tackle mats going full ball on a Thursday, 2 days out before a game.
Yeah.
Probably not the smartest thing to do. But we frothed it. But now, yeah, I just make sure I practice good habits in training and do that little one-on-one chop tackle drill.
Mate, well, whatever you're doing, it's working. I don't think you missed a tackle yet this rugby championship, have you?
On
the weekend, did you?
I missed one. Missed one.
Must have been in that last 8 minutes, was it?
Tough.
Oh, this one. Who's the hardest player to tackle?
There's a great clip of Taniela Tupou on the wing when I'm 21. Somehow I always get on people's highlight reel. I'm 21 and he gets the ball in the wing. I get up. I made like 2 tackles before I get up and just see him with space, and I come over, try and tackle him, and he's at full pelt, 5 meters out of the line. Get bumped off pretty bad.
He's a big human.
Oh, he's huge. Nicest guy you ever met as well. There's another clip of me this year. The winger for Highlanders, who's an absolute beast. What's his name? I forgot his name. I think he's been on this potty.
No, Ricky.
That's it. He's he's tough.
Yeah.
Do you know Chase, Tiao?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and watch that clip. He left me to dry. He left me out to dry, the bastard. Chase, that absolute wanker. Literally, like, you watch the clip of him got a tackle. He doesn't even touch him like he did. He reckons he slipped and left me one-on-one because I thought I was going to be second man in because he was going low, and I just get absolutely sat on my ass.
Oh, he is a hard man to tackle. He's got feet, power. He can play.
Yeah, he's the full package up. Like, yeah. So that's a good clip of that as well.
Oh, good stuff.
I love being people's highlight reel. I'm not really a highlight reel guy. I'm on more people's highlight reel than my own. So.
Okay, next one. Favorite all-time movie quote?
Oh. The other guys, I've been saying this with Brendan Payne most a lot. When Samuel Jackson and The Rock come in, and and Will Ferrell goes, and they were saying Samuel Jackson was like, and we thank it all to you guys, and Will Ferrell goes, and we do it again and again. He goes, hey, you shut your face. And want to hear you talk? I'll shove my hand up your ass and tuck your mouth like a puppet. You hear me? You hear me? Cash bar. As you know the other guys, you'll fucking find out. Yeah, that quote, man. I got it saved on my phone. I always just send it to him. Send it to BPA randomly. Mate, I'll send it to him after this, actually.
I felt like I just watched the movie again. That was so good.
Yeah,
that was so
go,
realistic.
Mate, laugh after rugby, mate. There you go.
Acting, is that the plan?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, 2 or 3 more. Oh, this one came in a few times. Are you single? But we obviously know the answer. You're not. You're happily.
Well, my girlfriend sent that in, and then some other people must have said that. Or maybe she sent it in 5 times. Yeah, I've been prepped on this question. I'm 100% taken.
Oh, for life.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Good on you. Okay, will the Force be a force in Super Rugby soon? You kind of answered that as well, but give them some time and they'll get there.
To be honest, like, one thing about the Force is our fans, man. Like, I know everyone says that. Everyone says, oh, our fans are the best.
Yeah.
To go through being cut in a non-rugby state already, going through being cut from Super Rugby, and there being no rugby at all, then us coming back through Global Rapid Rugby in that first game back there, I think we got 18,000. It's nearly sold out against the Fiji. It wasn't even a competition; it was just a friendly game. And then, the fans rock up every week. We haven't been putting in the performances, very inconsistent. We have a good home record, but like, for them to come out every week and to go through what we've been through as a state, mate, we got the fan base there. We're building the squad. We got the right people in the right places with CEO Chrono and GM. So it's just all about, just going to work next season and building from there. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in a couple years' time, and hopefully I'm there for it.
Yeah, mate, I like that. It's promising signs for Force fans who I'm sure plenty are tuning in, listening to this from you. Because, geez, they've been treated to something special. Last question. Best piece of advice for a Woodland listener?
Best piece of advice. I'll try and go something a bit niche. Because everyone will be like, oh, it'd be the hardest work in the room, whatnot, and I'm a big fan of that. I think being, if you're being yourself, I think that's one thing some people haven't liked, but at the same time, I've stayed true to myself the whole way through, whatever environment I've been in. And, I think that's what gives me confidence as well. I'm not trying to put on a mask and be someone I'm not. I'm just myself. And if you don't like me, I couldn't give a fuck. If you do, then happy days. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, that's where I think I get a lot of my confidence from as well. It's not only the work I put off the field, but also just being me and not shying away from being me. I think that's where a lot of people sometimes can kind of go in their shell a bit. And, if you're not confident, it's pretty hard to try and perform in front of thousands of people with all the cameras and the spotlight on your ass. So, that's something I'd say.
Mate,
bit different bit of advice. I always say be the hardest work in the room, because that's that always say one, but that's a fresh one for you,
mate. I love that, because we've seen it over this last hour and a bit on this episode. Like, you are so true to yourself. Like, your stories, your journey. It's been pretty awesome to hear, and it's been so refreshing around how honest you are through every part of your story. And
thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's definitely something I take pride in. Is like, boys always say to me, my mates as well, I've known since year 5 or whatever, like I've been the same bloke all the way through. So that's and I'll continue to do that. Obviously alter a few things because
minor adjustments.
Minor adjustments, but try and be as true to myself as I can be.
Yeah, well, everyone sort of wants to be, but a lot of people find it hard because no one likes to be disliked. But you're obviously comfortable with that. Yeah, that feeling that people don't like you. That's fine.
Yeah, if you don't like me, then it's your loss.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you coming on the podcast, mate. It's been an awesome yarn. Looking forward to following your journey, especially over the next few weeks.
Mate, from one champ veteran to another.
2 absolute champ legends chewing the fat.
Mate, I heard we might be going out. We might be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Me and you. Especially you, the Super Rugby title to then Cornish Pirates away.
Oh, it's a journey.
What a ride, man.
But it's been awesome to catch up, mate. You're a true lad.
Oh, you too, bro. You're an absolute lad. Appreciate it. Love what you're doing in the podcast space, man. It's so good.
Oh,
love it.
Legend.